Attention!
Special moment then for the young athletes of Kent School, USA in blue and grey on the Bucks side, and Monkton Combe School from the west of England down near Bath in blue on the Berkshire side. The Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup, race 69.
Oh, and they're close to the boys as well. It looks like they've caught some of the boys. Oh no! Monkton Combe have caught the boys before they got on the course.
But they have righted themselves again. It certainly cost them a second or two, a yard or 10, and it has given the Americans from Kent School a significant early advantage.
Yeah, that's giving away stuff for free, unfortunately, again, because the street pushed them across. Yeah, but the Monkton Combe now, hopefully they need to just put that behind them, find the rhythm and commit, and make sure that this Kent crew doesn't move away from them anymore now in the next minute or so.
Special welcome to you if you are back in Connecticut, USA, cheering on Kent School, who row on the Housatonic River there. Back in 1927, Kent became the first American schoolboy crew to be invited to the Henley Royal Regatta, and still here they are. Their school motto, Temperantia Fiducia Constantia. Simplicity of life, self-reliance and directness of purpose. Well, they certainly made their life simpler by rowing straight in the first instance.
Yeah, and they're in a strong, powerful rhythm here and just seem to be edging out from Monkton Combe. I know Monkton Combe's a re-establishing system with Matt Wells, who rowed for the British team for quite a long time, was a bronze medalist in Beijing. He's now teaching there and coaching the team, and they had some great results in national schools this year with their J16 and first states, and I think this crew is composed mostly of those athletes.
I know, Adrian, a lot of your career within coaching has been about talent identification. When you look at a couple of school crews like this, what are you identifying? How do you look, and what do you see that makes you think, hey, he's got something?
I mean, obviously you want big guys who are strong, but there's plenty of big guys who are strong who lose races. It's the mentality, really, when you're talking about that motto for the Kent School, just that mentality that you're taking control of what you're doing and you'll do all the training required and take responsibility for your own actions. That's the most important thing, if you ask me.
And is there anything visible, or can that be taught? Everything visible is teachable?
No, I think your proportions, if you have long arms and long legs, it's a big advantage. You can row a nice long stroke, it makes it efficient. So definitely big, strong athletes is an advantage for sure. But, you know, like we've seen lightweight crews be heavyweight crews regularly. It's not everything.
Well, Kent School certainly have capitalised on the advantage which to some extent was handed them by Monkton Combe in the very, very early metres of the race. Mercifully, though, Monkton did come dangerously close to the booms right at the start. There isn't too worrying a proximity between the crews, although actually Monkton are perhaps moving a little further towards the middle.
But they're being tenacious in the way they're racing. They're definitely getting the strokes in, and they are trying to do whatever they can to make up for that error. But at the moment, Kent look like they've got the measure of them and just rowing a much more powerful, languid rhythm.
I mentioned a little earlier about the timing of the day. For the guys who are rowing, after 6 o'clock in the evening, they woke up this morning at 8 o'clock saying, it's race day. An awful lot of adrenaline can come and go between 8 o'clock in the morning and 6 o'clock at night. And these boys doing it for the first time haven't learned how to control that yet.
It's terrible, actually, having to wait till the end of the day to race. You just got nerves and your mind games. I'm not going to be any good. Are we going to win? Just all sorts of stuff goes through your mind. And you just feel tired, but you have to wait. You've got no choice.
And if you're instructing them, if you're their coach, how would you advise them to go about that?
I think one, you don't want them walking around doing anything, and they need to really rest their legs. But just read a book. Hopefully they stay off their iPads and maybe do something more constructive with the book. But just take your mind off it. Try and do other things. Play cards with your teammates. Eat properly. Keep drinking. And you just have to wait.
Wait they have, and for Kent School it looks as though that wait is going to be very much worthwhile.
Here's a nice view from the stern, the Kent School here. Yeah, moving nicely there, moving nicely.
Down off the boat there, Ari Rossen, coxed by Mathieu Murphy, and their adjacent to him, of course, the stroke Cooper LeBlanc. Communication between stroke and Cox, as we know, essential to the smooth running of any 8 at any level.
And you can see, looking at Monkton Combe, they've really thrown everything out this race already. I mean, they've expended everything trying to get back on terms, and fair play to them, really. They've just really done everything they possibly can to make the race out of this, and they did. And now just the difference in the power and the speed is telling, and Kent is just growing away now.
And this is life experience, of course. It goes beyond sport. It's all encapsulated in this great sport. There is many, certainly on the banks of Henley this week, would argue, no purer team sport than an 8, where everybody matters as much as everybody else, and they are all mutually reliant. And Monkton Combe are going to have to work very hard here to stay together.
And they're being aggressive. They're still really going at it. I mean, I think for me it's interesting. Matthew Wells, the coach, he did physiology at university, so he trained for a long time as an elite athlete, so he understands the kind of training required, and he's made them fit. And they really are. I mean, they're giving away 8 kilos a man to this Kent school, and they really are being tenacious and staying with this.
Kent School established the early advantage. It is one to which they have held, and over the course of time have indeed added. And in the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup, it is the Americans from Kent School who are prevailing here as they come up towards the finish line. Kent School will row on Thursday, Monkton Combe will not. Kent School through at the expense of Monkton Combe in the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup.